For over half a century, the global rules of power were written in oil. If you controlled the pipelines, you controlled the world. But right now, a quiet, ruthless transformation is happening behind closed doors. The classic concept of energy security is dead. As the green transition and hyper-digitalization accelerate, the old energy empires are fracturing. A fierce geopolitical battle has begun, not for the black gold beneath our feet, but for the invisible raw materials of tomorrow. Welcome to the new geopolitics of critical minerals. And the first massive crack in the old system just happened where you least expected it.
For 6 decades, one organization held a near monopoly over the world's oil prices, OPEC. By coordinating extraction quotas, this powerful cartelling system could shake global economies with the turn of a valve. But history just took a sharp turn. In a move that shocked global markets, the United Arab Emirates officially walked out, leaving OPEC behind. Why would one of the world's biggest oil giants abandon its closest allies? The answer is a brutal calculation of survival. The UAE knows that global electrification is inevitable, and it will eventually collapse long-term oil demand. Their strategy? Monetize their oil reserves as fast as possible, right now, before it's too late. They are rushing to dump their crude oil profits directly into finance, tourism, and high-tech industries. This historic departure has severely weakened the traditional oil monopoly. The world's focus is shifting away from oil drums and locking on to a completely different kind of storable wealth.
Look closely at these elements: lithium, cobalt, gallium, and nickel. These are the critical minerals and rare earths that make our modern world possible. Without them, there are no semiconductors, no electric vehicle batteries, and no renewable energy infrastructure. But Western democracies have a massive, terrifying vulnerability. And it isn't just about who has these minerals in the ground. The real crisis is about who controls the industrial transformation. Over the last 30 years, one country quietly built a crushing quasi-monopoly over the extraction and, more importantly, the chemical refining and processing of rare earths: China. Look at the data. The volume handled by Beijing completely distances any other global player. And recently, China decided to use this leverage. Amid rising trade and technological disputes with the United States and the European Union, the Chinese government tightened its grip, introducing targeted export restrictions on vital metals like gallium, germanium, and graphite. By turning these critical materials into political countermeasures, Beijing has left Western assembly lines exposed to a constant threat: catastrophic supply chain disruptions and sudden, unpredictable price shocks. So how does the West fight back against a 30-year head start? To prevent a total economic stranglehold, the United States, Europe, and their G7 partners have launched a defensive economic strategy known as friendshoring. The goal? Rebuild the entire global supply chain exclusively within politically stable, allied nations. And in this high-stakes geopolitical chess match, one country has become the ultimate wildcard: Australia. Geological maps prove that while China dominates current processing, rare earths and critical mineral deposits are actually distributed across other macro areas, and the Australian continent is sitting on a gold mine. Now, Washington and Canberra are executing a highly coordinated, two-pronged counterattack. First, direct financing and subsidies. Using the power of the Defense Production Act and dedicated government funds, the United States is directly bankrolling the opening of new mines and the construction of advanced refining facilities, both in Australia and on American soil. The objective is clear: build a fully integrated chemical supply chain that completely bypasses Chinese facilities. Second, the Minerals Security Partnership, MSP. This web of bilateral and multilateral agreements is designed to lock in long-term production quotas, It guarantees that Western tech giants and automotive companies have an uninterrupted, secure supply of materials that are certified to meet strict environmental, social, and governance, or ESG, standards.
We're witnessing a total rewrite of global power. The shift from fossil fuels to strategic metals is fundamentally redefining what it means for a nation to be sovereign and independent. For the next 20 years, national security will no longer be measured by how many barrels of oil a country can pump out of the ground each day. It will be determined by a nation's capacity to safely, cleanly, and independently process tons of rare earths. For the West, deeply integrating with historical mining partners like Australia isn't just an economic preference. It is the only way to ensure the green transition doesn't exchange one dangerous dependency for an absolute geopolitical monopoly. What do you think? Can the West successfully break China's decades-long grip on the tech world? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden forces shaping our world. See you next time.